November 22nd was a day that all Sanger students will remember. It was during the junior assembly that Mr. Booth announced to the student body that the President of the United States was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. The halls of Sanger High became prayerfully quiet, broken only by the saddened cry of many who unashamedly wept for our stricken leader, President Kennedy.
The reason why the shock was so great, why when one heard the news last night one felt suddenly so empty, was because it was the most unexpected piece of news one could possibly imagine. It was the least likely thing to happen in the whole world. If anyone else had died, Sir Winston Churchill, de Gaulle, Khrushchev, would have been something that somehow we could have understood and even perhaps accepted. But that Kennedy should go, well, we just didn't believe in assassination anymore. Not in the civilized world, anyway. The tragedy of John Kennedy's death is not that the liberal movements of history that he led will cease. It is that their focus may become blurred and that the gathering momentum may be lost. That is the aftermath of Dallas, November 22. It is a time for private thoughts.
Thanksgiving vacation began the next week, and like many Americans, Sangerites did not feel much joy during the fall break. School resumed, and gradually the weight and terrible realization of our leader's death began to soften, and the tempo of school life revived. During this pre-Christmas season, Senior Bill Schaefer won national distinction for Sanger High by writing the poem entitled The Year Before.
The dawn is breaking now, and across the way I can see the glowing sun. Over all the things of nature's day, the things that nature had done. And the sun whose beauty we now adore was also here the year before. I recall when I walked beside the ocean shore, the crisp air surging in that day, the waves brought on a frenzied roar, covering my face with ocean spray. Onto the rocks the waters did pour, drenching the sand as the year before. The breeze was mild on a summer's day, when the time went by at the slowest pace, and all your thoughts were cast astray to drift about in this empty space. As through the hours of summer we all explore, the same was true the year before. When the sun was shining over all the world, and the sea was raging with waves being hurled, in the lazy summer of last September, of all these times I still remember. For all these things, I've left an open door. I'm hoping they'll come as the year before.